And what's up, Titos and Titas? Welcome to another episode of our Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Just a quick update regarding our gaming status. So there's a current event which is the World Championship 2023 qualifiers. And it's currently open until the 29th of May. And I'm happy to announce that we're able to beat the first stage. So if you're wondering what deck I used to beat the first stage, well, here it is. So there you go. We used our counter meta 3. It's actually composed of anti-meta monster cards paired with back row support, which are mostly counters. There you go. So without further ado, let's check the deck contents. So we have Jogen the Spiritualist, which is happened to be a monster that prevents special summoning. Plus, it has a Raigeki effect. There. You can discard one random card from your hand to the graveyard. Destroy all special summoned monsters on the field. There. Then next we have Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. So the first effect, guys, it's a Raigeki. So if it's flipped face up, destroy all special summoned monsters on the field. And when it's face up, neither player can special summon monsters. Okay. Next we have Aurora Paragon. So it says here, neither player can special summon monsters. However, when another monster is normal summoned to either player's side of the field, destroy this card. But you don't need to worry because we have Inspector Border to support our Aurora Paragon. Because if these two are paired together, the effect of Aurora Paragon to destroy itself will no longer activate. So there. Next is Inspector Border. Like what I said, it's a bit complicated to explain, but think of it as a skill drain monster. If your opponent does not have any cards on the field that is from the extra deck, your opponent cannot activate monster effect. However, if there's like a single synchro monster on the field, then your opponent can activate once because there's like a synchro monster. If our opponent has a synchro and an XYZ, our opponent can activate up to 2 times. Because he has 2 variants of the card of the monster card type. And let's say our opponent has a Synchro, XYZ, and Link, then our opponent can only activate 3 times monster effect. 3 times because of the variants, the number of variants. So it depends on the number of monster card variants that our opponent has or we have on the field. So better don't special summon monsters from your extra deck so that your opponent will be trapped with just plain effect monsters. So they also are gonna be forced to have no monster effect activation if our Inspector Borer is face up on the field. What the hell? Very hard. Very hard to explain in layman's term. Alright, next we have Guiding Ariadne. So this is a pendulum slash monster effect card. And the effect is simply, there you go. If it's in the pendulum zone, you do not pay life points to activate counter trap, and you do not discard to activate counter trap cards. There you go. Guiding Ariadne makes Solemn Judgment and Ultimate Providence and also Solemn Warning free. So even if your life points is just 100, you can still activate Solemn Warning. Very nice, right? Okay. So next we go to the next card, which is our spell lineup. Staple Harpy's Feather Duster, and then we have 2 Card of Demise for draw power, Pot of Duality for draw speed, and then we have Pot of Prosperity for draw power, and then for our small attack monsters, we have Moon Mirror Shield and Power of the Guardians. There you go. And that's it for our spell lineup. For our trap lineup, we have 2 Armory Calls. So it fetches an equip card from the deck, and you can add it to your hand, or you can equip it right away to your monster. So that's a combo for Moon Mirror Shield and Power of the Guardians. Next, we have Triple Solemn Judgment. You know the effect already. Pay half. Negate the activation or the summon of a monster. And for Solemn Warning, negate the summon of a monster. Ultimate Providence is similar to Solemn Judgment plus Divine Wrath without any cost because of the Guiding Ariadne, right? So there you go. And then we have Safe Zone. This is a protection so that our monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. And also Dimension Guardian, same, for so that our monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, but specifically the target of Dimension Guardian is Aurora Paragon. There you go, guys. So there, Dimension Guardian. Alright. And for our extra deck, well, just random, anything would do. Alright. So now let's go to our World Championship gameplay. So here, this is our match history. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight wins using this deck. And I took the liberty to add these in the replay because I can only replay these from the match history 3 times. So let's go and view our replay. So there's the 7 win that we have. Let's start from the very beginning. There you go. And let's try to dissect what happened on these duels. Okay, so here, first to go, we summoned our Jogan the Spiritualist and equipped it with Moon Mirror Shield plus set 2 cards. Ended our turn. Set cards are Solemn Judgment and Armory Call. Our opponent set 4, activated Card of Demise, draw a couple of cards and then discarded a couple of cards. Activated Dimensional Fissure. Okay, so now we activated Armory Call and our opponent chained Old School Skull Invitation. This burns 300 to any turn player that sends a card to the graveyard. So there you go, we summoned Aurora Paragon equipped with Power of the Guardian, attack for 2k, and also our Jogan the Spiritualist. There you go. Opponent's turn, activated Pot of Extravagance. got burned with 300 and set a card here in the spell and trap card zone. So we set another copy of Armor Recall, attack with Aurora Paragon for 2-5, and set, or rather change the position of our Jogan the Spiritualist into a face down, a face up defense position. Our opponent then activated Secret Barrel to burn us out, but there you go. So this card is very good. Skull Invitation. Look. It keeps on burning and burning and burning every time a card is sent to the graveyard. So there you go. Activate the Secret Barrel to burn us. 1-6. But then again, we equip Power of the Guardians to our Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo and attack directly. Now we attacked Aurora Paragon, but our opponent activated Dimension Wall, but we negated it with Solemn Judgment and our attack penetrated. Boom ka boom yo. Alright, nice. Okay, let's go to the second match. Oh no, second duel. Second duel. Alright, let's go play 7 turns. Okay, so whose turn is it? It's our opponent's turn. Okay, so we're dueling a Tier Lament user. So there, Tier Lament. Not so lucky with the Tier Lament board. Okay, summoned Inspector Border, activated Moon Mirror Shield. We don't care if there's a attack decrease because we have Moon Mirror Shield, and then we activated Pot of Prosperity in our main phase 2, and out of the 6 cards we selected Guiding Ariadne because we have 2 counter traps in our hand, and we set all the cards to our spell trap zone. Opponent didn't do anything, we just activated Armor Call during his turn and fetched Power of the Guardians. Now it's our draw phase. There you go, we just attacked. So we're saving a space, that's why we did not activate Power of the Guardian. We're gonna wait. Okay, our opponent didn't do anything. Perhaps our opponent is aware that his monsters will not activate its effect, that's why. So there we have oh, there you go. Our opponent immediately conceded. Surrendered. Okay, next 3 turns. 3 turns. Let's go play this. Alright, cool. So this time it's our turn to go first. Summoned Aurora Paragon, activated the Pot of Duality, set power what's this? Dimension Guardian, and then we also set 2 additional trap cards, which is Solemn Judgment and Ultimate Providence. Our opponent activated Allure of Darkness, and then activated the Harpy's Feather Duster. We negated it with Solemn Judgment. There you go. Our opponent summoned incredible Ecclesia, but we chained the Dimension Guardian to prevent our Aurora Paragon from being destroyed. So there. We drew Guiding Ariadne, set our Inspector Border, and our opponent scooped. He's aware that the set card is Inspect Border because he knows that we are anti-meta. There you go, my friend. Okay, so fourth, 10 turns. Okay. There you go, huh? So whose turn is it? Oh, it's ours. Okay, so we activated Pot of Duality. And we fetched Moon Mirror Shield. Activated Pot of Prosperity. And out of the 6 cards, we selected Jogen the Spiritualist. And set Solemn, set Armory Call, activated Moon Mirror Shield. So there. Now our opponent can no longer special summon monsters. So our opponent summoned Fairy Tail Snow, but we countered it with Solemn Judgment because Snow will turn our Jogen the Spiritualist face down if it succeeded. But good thing we have a Solemn Judgment to counter it. Then we activated Ariadne, attack with 200, and activated Demise. Card of Demise, set Card of Demise again, and then Solemn Warning, and discarded the Safe Zone. Our opponent now sets a monster card. We drew Harpy Speller Duster, and we activated the Armory Call to fetch Power of the Guardian. So because we don't have enough space, we just activated or force activated Card of Demise, and we were lucky enough to get a monster card. So we set Inspect Border and set the remaining 2 so that we don't need to discard anything during our end phase. And then our opponent drew a card, set a monster again face down. And then here we flip summoned our Inspect Border and equipped it with Power of the Guardians. Attacked with Jogen the Spiritualist with Moon Mirror Shield. And then attack Inspect Border with Power of the Guardians. So that's a 2-5 damage. We gained 1 counter upon declaring the attack. So our opponent used Branded Opening. So even if our opponent cannot special summon per se, if it has a text that says something about special summoning, we can still negate that using our Solemn Warning. Same as with Macrocosmos, guys. If our opponent activates Macrocosmos, you can negate that with Solemn Warning because there's an effect that says special summon a Helios. So there you go. That explains it. Now we have another Jogen the Spiritualist, and we attack. We just attack. Attack, attack, attack. There you go. Counters are growing for Inspect Border. And our opponent drew a card. He saw the Jogen the Spiritualist, but we have an Armory Call, and we activated it, equipping the Moon Mirror Shield right away, destroying our opponent's monster, and our opponent surrendered afterwards. Nice game. Next, turn 3. Okay, turn 3. Let's go play. Alright, so whose turn is it? It's our turn. So we just summoned Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo, equip it with Power of the Guardians, and set 2 trap cards, which is Safe Zone and Solemn Judgment. Then our opponent activated a Blackwing monster effect that negated the effect of Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. So he's just doing the usual Blackwing combo. There you go. But we stopped the combo when we activated the Solemn Judgment. Our opponent will no longer have a follow-up because he used his summon already. And of course, we can only normal summon once per turn. Then, there you go. He saw what's coming. So, Fossil Dyna regained its effect. So, our opponent can no longer special summon. Plus, we have Power Up the Guardians. There you go. Oh, this one, 10 turns. Second to the last. Let's see here. So, who's the turn player? Our opponent is the first turn player. Okay, so activated Sprite Starter, special summon Sprite Blue, and he's gonna do the usual Sprite combo. There you go. Special summon after special summon, add. And then Link summon. Or no, Gigantic Sprite. Gigantic Sprite, there. Gigantic Sprite. Took a frog. Send a frog. Return. Special summon a frog. Send a frog. And that's the time that our opponent Link summons into Sprite Elf. And Ronin Toadin. Banish one frog, special summon. Then special summon again for the effect of Sprite Elf. And now our opponent is linking IP Masquerena. There we go. And then our opponent banish another frog to special summon Ronin Toadin and set 2 cards at the back row. Now it's our turn. So here's what we're gonna do. Activated Pot of Duality, but our opponent chained Sprite Elf, special summoning Sprite Blue, and we get to choose a card. And this time we selected Pot of Prosperity. Our opponent activates the effect of Sprite Blue, adding a Sprite monster card. Then we used Pot of Prosperity, and this time, out of the 6 cards, we selected Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. So there you go. Upon summoning, Masquerena no longer has a bearing. So we just activated our Power of the Guardians to equip it with Fossil Dyna and attack for 1/7 attack points. We gained 1 counter, and 1 counter adds 500 attack points. So our opponent can't do anything here. Just ended the turn because he cannot special summon. So there, summoned another Fossil Dyna out of the draw phase and attacked with 2 fossils. So we destroyed the 2 monsters there from the battle. No more Masquerena. Our opponent just set a monster face down. Then we just set Solemn Warning. So guys, we're not activating Pot of Duality because remember we have Ultimate Providence set on the field, and if our opponent activates a Harpy's Feather Duster, we can easily negate it by discarding a spell. Or if it's a trap card, discard trap card, safe zone. There you go. So now we were able to draw Moon Mirror Shield out of the we took it from the Armory Call. And then we drew Aurora Paragon. We didn't summon Aurora Paragon yet because we want to just simply check things out, not to be a little greedy. And then when we saw that everything is just fine, we summoned our Aurora Paragon, and it's protected with Solemn Warning. So if our opponent summons a monster, we can easily negate the summon, saving our Aurora Paragon. So now, there you go, we got another impermanence. So Fossil is now 3/7, Aurora, and final blow, Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. There you go. Alright guys, so there. By simply using this deck, I was able to beat the crap out of the first stage, but I'm not aware if the same would work on the next stage. So if I'm not gonna be able to create another video out of it, then that means I failed. Alright, so shout out to all of the players of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and I just hope that you enjoyed our episode for today. It's just a quick update, guys. And if you would want to use the same deck that I used, just feel free to use it if you can craft it, because right now the world is full of net decking. So there you go. I hope that you enjoyed my variant of the anti-meta. This was actually built from the heart, my heart. Out of all the experiences that I had dueling ever since. So good luck to you guys, and you take care. This is your Tito. Don't forget to like, follow, and share our Titos and Titas Gaming page in Facebook. And also our Titos and Titas Gaming channel in YouTube. Believe it or not, I have a page, but the thing is, I'm not maintaining it that much, and I don't have any followers yet. So I think it's the start. So if you can definitely help with the following, in Facebook page, then go. And in terms of YouTube, if you can help with the subscription, subscribe, feel free to do so. All right, you take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is your Tito Vic from our Titos and Titas Gaming, Uncle and Auntie Gaming. That's the meaning of Titos and Titas Gaming for you English speaking people. Enjoy the rest of your day, capish?